Today, I'm going to explain about the Indian agriculture development. Okay, so as you all know very well, so this Indian agriculture has started since the human beings whenever they have been evolved. So since that time onwards, so the Indian agriculture has started. Indian agriculture history. So if we go back to the history, so a lot of strides which are facing. I'm going to present. I'm going to share my presentation. Okay. Mhm. So sharing the presentation, reading the view slideshow. More options present now. Our entire screen. And present the view. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, you are,
Yes, so my slide is visible, sir.
but all the slides are visible. You show one by go to the from the beginning and maybe slide slow,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
it will come one by one then.
Yes, 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 yes.
You share the screen, Doctor Ram.
Yes, yes, yes. Stop sharing दिखाई दे रहे सर बस ऐसा.
So you stop sharing and then first what you do, you just what you call, you open your slides in the screen and then start sharing it.
Yes, yes. So,
Start sharing the screen
mm,
from the beginning.
start sharing the screen. Yes, yes, yes. File, slideshow. Starts from current slide. So is it visible, sir?
It is
No.
still, it has still not
Oh,
come.
oh,
No,
mm-hmm. Notes, comments, mhm. Reading view. Mhm. So
no, what?
from beginning, yes. So beginning slide it is showing here, sir.
No, but you now you have to share your screen now, only then it will come.
So where it is slide
There are three,
slide show.
uh, and
Start.
then your screen will appear there, and just use share the screen.
Mhm. Grid guides. Sir, where it
No, no,
is view
at the
in the view, na?
bottom
Bottom, bottom
slide show
slide show.
or whole
Go to
screen or part of the screen. You can go in the part of the screen, then you will see that your slide will be seen there also.
go to slide.
Maybe
Then
not full slide, but you can do.
uh,
other option
Wait,
you can
wait,
apply.
wait, 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 wait.
The slide is in there.
Normal for slide sorter
Sort to
रीडिंग स्लॉटर में तो सारा दिखाई दे रहा है ना सर?
एक एक पहले ही आपको शुरू में ही जो है फुल अपने स्क्रीन में
हाँ
आप क्या करिए कि शुरू एक स्लाइड खोल दीजिए, बिगिनिंग वाली।
हाँ, खोल दिया हूँ सर।
और अब यहाँ
इसमें
जो है,
राइट क्लिक करूँ?
मैंने खोल खोल के स्क्रीन में खोल दिया।
हाँ,
अब
खोल
यहाँ
दिया।
से जो अपने इस वाले स्क्रीन पे नीचे जाओ तो एक वो खोलो, क्या, नीचे से साइड उसको शेयर करो।
स्लाइड शो।
हाँ, स्लाइड शो में उसको शेयर करो। और
शेयर
उसमें होल आता है या पार्ट ऑफ स्क्रीन आता है, तो पार्ट में आपका दिखेगा स्लाइड वहां भी।
स्क्रीन पॉइंटर ऑप्शंस।
दो होंगे, पहले वाले पे मत जाओ, नीचे वाले दूसरे पे जाओ। नहीं दिख रहा?
मिनट सर, ये ऑप्शंस नहीं दिखाई दे रहे सर यहीं पे। इसको ना अरेंज करवा दिया सर, एक्चुअली इसी की प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है कुछ। हम्म, एक मिनट सर, हमारा मैं आशीष, ये एक मिनट इधर मेरा कंप्यूटर के पास, मेरे पास आ जाओ।
वो करा देंगे।
बस सर, जूम इन, सी ऑल स्लाइड्स, शो प्रेजेंट व्यू स्क्रीन।
नहीं, आप स्क्रीन ही में जैसे स्लाइड शो करते हैं ना डॉक्टर राव,
हाँ,
वैसा
वो
ही
तो
करिए।
शो कर रहे हैं सर, बस ये पूरा स्लाइड तो शो कर रहे हैं।
एक ही
एक ही
करनी
स्लाइड,
चाहिए वहां पे स्क्रीन
हाँ,
में।
एक एक ही है, एक ही दिखाई दे रहे। इसको
तो
शेयर
उसको
करने
शेयर
के
करो तो
लिए,
वही आएगी फिर।
वही शेयर करने के लिए ऑप्शन,
नीचे है ना ऑप्शन।
कमेंट्स, नोट्स, अर्निंग्स, ये वाला मीट नो, इंटरनेट एक्सेस, इस यार,
एक मिनट, नहीं तो आप हमें ईमेल पे भेज दीजिए उसको, यहाँ से शेयर कर
इंग्लिश
लेंगे।
मीडिया। सो मैं भेज रहा हूँ सर।
ओके।
सर अनिल डॉक्टर 2005 है ना सर? हेलो डिमरी सर, हेलो।
हेलो सर, डिमरी
हाँ
सर लेफ्ट हो गए सर।
हाँ
अभी
हाँ
आएंगे तब
सर,
देखते हैं सर जी।
ये मेल आईडी कौन सा मेल आईडी में भेज दूं साहब?
आप rc@ignu.ac.in।
ओके ओके ओके।
और दूसरा सर AK
आर
डिमरी
सी
@ignu.ac.in पे, AK डिमरी
ए के डिमरी।
@ignu.ac.in।
हाँ, ओके, वो नहीं आ रहे सर। आर सी, कहाँ चले गए? श्री त्यागी आ रहे हैं। आर सी डॉट इग्नो नहीं आ रहा सर। सर आर सी इग्नो वाला एक बार बोल दीजिए सर। हेलो।
सर RC देहरादून।
आर सी देहरादून।
जी
हाँ
जी,
हाँ, देहरादून
@ignu.ac.in।
AC.in।
दूसरा सर
हाँ,
AK।
आगे 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 है सर, ये मेल आईडी आगे। अरे, ओ फाइल क्लोज करने थे सर। Actually, hmm. भेज दिया हूँ सर। हेलो।
जी सर।
हाँ, भेज दिया हूँ सर।
हाँ देख रहे हैं सर,
हाँ,
देख रहे
देख लीजिए सर।
हैं। एक मिनट डाउनलोड कर लूँ, पहले इसको लेते हैं।
मैं यहीं पे वो शेयर करने के लिए नहीं आ रहा यार मेरे को प्रेजेंटेशन।
एडमिन कौन है सर?
एडमिन एडमिन नहीं, इग्नो देहरादून।
तो उनसे बोलना पड़ेगा सर, तो वो देना पड़ेगा।
ये है ना आरसी देहरादून।
राइट।
इनको भेज दिया हूँ मैं, इनको प्रेजेंटेशन भेज दिया हूँ।
हाँ तो सर ये भी
हाँ जी सर, क्या
यस,
कह रहे हैं कि वो
एग्रीकल्चर डेवलपमेंट, इंडियन एग्रीकल्चर डेवलपमेंट स्लाइड्स आ गया ना सर?
हाँ साइड सर आ गया।
बस उसी का प्रेजेंटेशन
शेयर के लिए सर अगर परमिशन चाहिए तो मैं दे देता हूँ सर, अगर कुछ
हाँ, वही दे दीजिए सर, फिर नहीं है दे देता।
आप शेयर करवाओ सर।
ये सर बता रहे हैं ना कहाँ पे।
हेलो।
हाँ सर।
जी
क्या पूछना पड़ेगा वहाँ?
सर ये कह दीजिए कि हमको एडमिन बना दीजिए, राइट से शेयर की स्क्रीन कर दे दीजिए, राइट दे दीजिए।
ये है मेरा प्रेजेंटेशन,
यस सर।
तो फिर इसको कैसे करें?
वो सर वहाँ पे शेयर स्क्रीन का ऑप्शन आना चाहिए।
वो नहीं आ रहा है।
नहीं तो जब सर जब बनाएंगे आपको मतलब अथॉरिटी देंगे, भी अथॉरिटी नहीं है आपके पास, जो मतलब एडमिन है ना वो कह दीजिए
हाँ
कि हमको अथॉरिटी दे दीजिए स्क्रीन शेयर करने की, वो वहाँ से करेंगे।
सर, आप ऑथराइज कर दीजिए मेरे को स्क्रीन शेयर करने के लिए। वो नहीं आ रहा है यहीं पे। प्रेजेंट नाउ।
एंटायर स्क्रीन ना।
वो शेयर वाला एक्टिवेशन नहीं दिखाई दे रहा है। शेयर योर एंटायर स्क्रीन।
अब आपकी स्क्रीन वहाँ शेयर हो रही होगी। आपका पीपीटी कहाँ पे सर?
मेरा तो हाँ, बाहर बाहर आ जाओ, बाहर आ जाओ, बाहर आ जाओ।
आपकी स्क्रीन
डेस्कटॉप में, हाँ आ गया।
डेस्कटॉप पे है
हाँ, नहीं नहीं नहीं, क्लोज कर दो डेस्कटॉप पे। यहीं पे है ना? आ गया है क्या?
हाँ डेस्कटॉप, आपकी स्क्रीन शेयर हो रही
हो रहा है? तो फिर ये क्लोज कर देते।
नहीं आप नहीं
अरे
वो आपको खोल मतलब वो चीज खोलनी पड़ेगी तो आपको
खोलना है।
डॉक्टर राव,
हाँ सर।
इट इज कमिंग।
यस सर, यस, जस्ट अ मिनट सर।
यू जस्ट अ मिनट वेट, अदरवाइज आई विल शेयर फ्रॉम हियर।
हाँ ठीक है सर। हाँ ये आ गया। हाँ, ये शेयरिंग, ये एक्टिवेशन नहीं दिखाई दे रहा।
नहीं सर स्टार्ट नहीं, सबको मतलब शेयर हो रहा होगा, जिन लोगों को कोई दिख रहा होगा।
आई सी।
आपको सिर्फ
सर हो गया आपसे?
सो मेरे से शेयर नहीं हो रहा है सर।
सर
मैं
दिखा
कर
तो
रहा
रहा
हूँ,
है
एक
कि
मिनट होल्ड करो।
इंडियन
दिखाई दे रहा है?
डेवलपमेंट बाय श्रीनिवास।
हाँ, वो दिखाई दे रहा है सर।
हाँ जी हाँ जी। अब हो सकता है मेरी वाली हो या उन्होंने किया।
तो मैं चेंज करते जा रहा हूँ सर, वो दिखाई मेरा हो रहा है।
हाँ दिख रहा है, ये इट
हाँ,
इज स्क्रॉलिंग डाउन।
यस यस।
हाँ तो देन यू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द
देन आई
बिगिनिंग,
विल
ओके नो
स्टार्ट फ्रॉम
प्रॉब्लम।
द बिगिनिंग सर।
यू
यस।
या नो प्रॉब्लम।
ओके, तो स्क्रीन स्क्रीन देखना है ना मेरा।
ये जब आप स्टॉप शेयरिंग करेंगे तब फिर वो आप करेंगे।
आई सी, ठीक है। ओके सर, आई एम ऑडिबल ना सर?
या यू आर ऑडिबल, नो प्रॉब्लम।
Yes, so friends, sorry for the inconvenience. So today I am going to present the Indian agriculture development. So this is basically, so the historical evolution. So from since beginning onwards. So I'm going to share with this presentation the development of human culture and beginning of agriculture. So because so what I want to try to say is that how the human culture has so started. So since then the agriculture has also started. That
Your
is what.
slide is not moving. Your next slide you can.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Okay, now it's
So,
all right.
yes, the development of human culture. So whenever it has started, so since the beginning of that time, so the agriculture has also started. That man was evolved in on the earth about 15 lakh years ago. That's what our historical records will say. The man was evolved from the monkey who started to move by standing erect on his feet. Such man has been called Homo erectus, Java man. Later on, Java man transformed into Cro Magnon and Cro Magnon into modern man. So this is what the human culture. So what our historical evolution will say. The modern man is geologically known as Homo sapiens. So Homo continuous sapiens learning habit like that. So we our records will say. In this way, so in the beginning, such a so the 18,700 to 7,700 BC. So the sheeps and goats, so they have started eating, and the pet animal was the dog at that time. So since that time onwards, so the man has started so hunting the animals and hunting. He has started collecting the food. So the agriculture and civilization go hand in hand as the food production made it possible for primitive man to settle down in selected areas, leading to formation of society and initiation of civilization. This is what so I want to explain that agriculture development has started since that time onwards. So from that time onwards, it has passed several stages. So classify the stages as Stone Age, Bronze Age, and Iron Age, like that. You all know very well. So Paleolithic period and Neolithic period and Mesolithic age. So these are all the ages which we have passed out. And the man fashioned and improved tools out of stones, bones, woods, etc., to help them in day-to-day life. They started growing food crops and domesticated animals like cow, sheep, goat, dog, etc. So this is what the evolution of human culture as well as the agriculture food. So whenever they have started this so type of culture, so up to 10,000 BC and ended with the so rise of agriculture. So 10,000 BC onwards, so agriculture, so crops has started growing. Since then, so it has characterized by implements called microliths. People lived as food gatherers and hunters. The domestication of the dog was the major achievement of the Mesolithic hunter. So, friends, so this is what, so we have to go back and see our historical background about it. Neolithic agriculture revolution, so has started in 7,500 BC to 6,500 BC. Like that, so 3,000 to 1,700 BC, Bronze Age, and so 12,000 to 9,000 5 years ago, hunters and food gatherers stage existed. Stone implements were seen throughout the Indian subcontinent. Domestication of dog occurred in Iraq. Earliest agriculture was by vegetative propagation, like banana, sugarcane, yam, sago, palms, and ginger, like that. So they are all the agriculture foods they have started visible since that time onwards. From 9,500 BC to 7,500 years. Hello? Hello? Am I audible, sir? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My presentation, yeah, 9,500 to 7,500 years and 7,500 to 5,000 years ago, this process has started, and there are several types of history are there, and it has been spreaded from Maharashtra, different states of India. So it has started Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, so and different type of products so has started in eastern India. How the rice and banana, sugarcane were cultivated, and 2000 to 1500 years ago, so the tank irrigation was developed and practiced widely. Greek and Romans had trade with South India. Pepper, cloth, and sandalwood were imported by Romans. So this is all the history about how the agriculture came into existence. Then the kingdoms of South India, so they were Chalukyas and Rashtrakutas and Pallavas and Pandyas, Hoysalas and Kakatiyas. They were ruled the South India. So they were the kingdoms of so different periods. Then Cholas, so in South India in the 10th century AD they came, and the new irrigation system for agriculture were developed. Chain tanks in Andhra in the 9th century, and Cholas maintained links with China, Myanmar, and Cambodia at that time. The tank supervision committee looked after the maintenance of a village and regulated the water supply. So since that time onwards, the agriculture movement has started in so in India, in different parts of India. So that is what. So just I want to so highlight it. After that, there are khiljis, and so how what are the events which they have been taken place. That is what just I have mentioned up to 1600 AD. Then the development of scientific agriculture in India. From here onwards, this is most important segment so which has taken place in India. The poor as compared to Western countries. In India, since in old time there was no change in methods of cultivation because change in government were taking place frequently, and none of the government took active part in development of agriculture. Scientific agriculture began in India when sugarcane, cotton, and tobacco were grown for export purposes. Okay, this is what the scientific agriculture has started. From 1870, a joint department of agriculture, revenue, commerce was established. 1880, before independence. These are all the events which has taken place before 1947. Separate department of agriculture was started during 1880. So after that, it is 1864 to 1900. India faced many famines. Hence, famine commission was appointed, and the report of this commission, government of India took many steps. After that, Imperial Agriculture Institute. These are all there. So up to 1923, 24, 28, Royal Commission was the last commission. So which has been the government of India established at that moment as Indian Council of Agriculture Research. At present, that is already working in Delhi, the Indian Council of Agricultural Research. This is what which is governing the entire Indian agriculture, crops and production and the productivity level data, as well as the type of research which the agriculture is being carried out throughout India. So this is the head of the institution, Indian Council of Agricultural Research. So this is coordinating the work of agriculture research in the country. The real development in Indian agriculture took place after 1947 when India got independence. So then with the execution of 5-year plan in 1951. So this is the beginning of after independence. So whenever we have got the independence in 1947, so 1951 we have given much importance to the agriculture. Agriculture growth rate was also good at that time, but immediately after the second plan, immediately after the first plan, second plan we have, so our government has given importance to the heavy industrialization. Since then the agriculture, so though the agriculture output has not growing much, so then the annual plans, so there was no such type of growth. Then only when we have started not in a position to feed our people, so the green revolution has emerged during 1960s. So that was the greatest revolution which the agriculture has brought in India. So in several ways, agriculture university was started in Pantnagar, and through first university, 16,000 acres of land may this agriculture university has been established. The green revolution in India due to introduction of HIV in wheat, rice, use of fertilizers, construction of dams, and use of pesticides have been taken place in 1965 to 67. This is one of the greatest revolution in India, in Indian agriculture. It has started. Okay, after that, first of all, in wheat crop, the revolution has started. Then rice, after invention of Indo-Japonica variety. Then, so since then, the agriculture growth has started momentum, and it has started so picked up. The production levels, so at a greater level from harvest, the people, those who are suffering from lack of food. So nowadays we have reached up to self sufficiency and export of the agriculture products. So this is what briefly the brief introduction of the date wise background of the Indian agriculture. Okay, so the agriculture development, how it has started. So it means, the agriculture development is a continuous process of improvement of crop and livestock production. So this is one of the most important aspect which we all have to understand, that improvement of crop and the livestock production, these two are the major components of the agriculture development. The improvement in agriculture sector and commendable progress in industrial front have increased the total production in agriculture and manufactured goods, but there is no indication that these activities have been able to reduce substantially the level of regional disparities in terms of development. Development in the farm sector requires a balanced human resource development as well as the improvement in crop productivity. As I have already earlier, I have told you that the human culture is also growing apart from the agriculture development. Agriculture has to substantiate the human development also. So the different Asian countries and the African countries, so how they have also looked into the agriculture development programs. So especially in Asia, there are 39 countries. So they have started looking about the how to focus on the attention of scientists, planners, policymakers, administrators. They have bothered about how to develop this agriculture and how to sustainable agriculture development. So they have started so different types of research and different type of activities. So to sustain or see the developmental aspect, there are several development indicators also has been developed, and the composite index has been developed so to measure the agricultural development. The overall indicators, you see, you people have to understand and try to remember these. So what are the indicators which are very much useful to measure the agriculture, whatever the country may be, wherever the country may be, whether it is in Africa or Asia. So these kind of indicators are very, very important. Okay, the indicators provide simple comparisons of regions that can be used to illustrate complex and sometimes wide ranging fields like agriculture, economy, society, or technological development. So these four types of dimensions, what type of indicators, so which are trying to contribute towards the agriculture development, that we have to see, and we have to benchmark that which type of indicators are in a position to contribute towards it. Out of 50 countries in Asia, about 39 countries are contributing towards most of the agriculture produce. That's what I have mentioned briefly. But the important thing here is the what are the pros and cons of the developmental indicators. And these are all different type of pros. We can summarize complex or multidimensional issues into single value. So index means the different type of indicators, how they are contributing, and how we can able to explain the change of different indicators in one value. So in that way, the composite index has been developed, and so the overall agriculture development has been measured, and still we are trying to compare these type of things. Send misleading messages. So if suppose poorly constructed, this will also give some type of bad results. Okay, the indicators used for evaluating this level of agriculture development, there are 26 indicators. So wherever you want to measure the agriculture development, so these indicators are very, very useful. This is what so you people have to understand and try to remember. Yield rate of total cereals, yield rate of wheat, yield rate of rice, yield rate of coarse grain, yield rate of barley, like that, yield rate of different crops like rice, maize, millet, sorghum, roots and tuber crops, potato, total pulses, so etc. Soya beans, groundnut, in shell, cotton seed, all types of crops yield rate. So we have to measure, and so we have to so compare with that the number of cattle per lakh population, sheep, goats, and chickens per lakh population also we have to take into consideration when we compose the index of this agriculture development. This is what briefly, so you people have to understand how we have to measure overall agricultural development of any type of country, whether it may be a Nigeria or it may be in so whether Ghana or Mauritius. So whosoever may be, you want to measure the agriculture development, these type of indicators, so you have to compile it and try to so explain in a single value manner. Then the overall agriculture development, how it is taking place over every year to year, we can see that the growth of the agriculture. So this is what the brief about it. Then how this data being utilized, so importance of analysis, these are all is after that. So if you go into the mathematical manner, so these things are very much useful. So now we can see what exactly the Indian agriculture is facing, and what are the so from where to where so the Indian agriculture has come, what is the background about it, and what are the constraints which the agriculture Indian agriculture is facing, what are the remedial measures so which we have to suggest so to the on the basis of the Indian agriculture to other countries, and what are the future perceptions so of this agriculture development so which is taking place. That is what briefly so I have explained. So Indian agriculture has an extensive background which goes back to 10,000 years. That is what I have already told you earlier in the slides. So agriculture production, the country holds the second position all over the world. At present, if we can see that, so the all over the world, Indian agriculture production is standing at the second place. So it has made rapid strides since independence from food shortages and import, because in the beginning, whenever before so independence, so at that time a lot of famines so have taken place. Due to that, so the Indian agriculture is not able to feed the Indian population. Because of that reason, so the Indian government used to import the food grains from so developed countries like USA, the wheat, so they used to import like that. So because of shortage of food grains, so after that, now we can see that self-sufficiency, and also we are exporting. This is the stage which where we have so improved from so shortages and import to self-sufficiency and exports. So nowadays, so our agriculture products are also being export to several developing countries, so in Africa as well as so Asian countries. From subsistence farming to intensive and technology led cultivation, today India is the front ranking producer of many crops in the world. Okay, and also the green, white, blue, and yellow revolutions have surpassed. So in India, over a period of time, so till today, so there are these are all the revolutions which has been taken place. So the green revolution, which I have already told you, so which has brought a lot of changes. So in agriculture, especially the blue white revolution has brought the in the milk and dairy products. So there is a white revolution. So like that, so these are all the revolutions so which has started. Blue and yellow revolutions so has also come across in this in India, so to develop these agriculture and allied sectors, so of this so food grains point of view, food nutritional levels point of view. Then as you know that in the global level how the Indian rank is in different type of products, if we can see that among the total area cultivation of agriculture point of view, this is the seventh rank, and irrigated area point of view first rank in the world, population point of view as we all know very well second rank, economically active population is also second rank, total cereals point of view third rank, wheat second rank, rice also second rank, coarse grains fourth rank, total pulses first rank, oil seeds second rank, fruits and vegetables second rank, implements like tractors and other machineries which are using in agriculture, that is third rank, milk first rank, livestock also we have reached the first rank, like that so the global ranking so which is visible at present in the recent past, the data which is indicating Indian agriculture, there are some facts like it contributes to 14% of GDP only. Nowadays, the recent statistics will reveal that. So it provides food to 1.25 billion people. It sustains 65% of the population, and which helps the alleviating poverty. Alleviating poverty not only through the agriculture, there are several other aspects also contributing towards alleviating the poverty among the population of India. Then it produces 51 major crops, briefly we can say. Then it provides raw material to industries. That is why so this agro-based industries so are very much so prone to grow in India, because there is a huge raw material which is available for industries so to grow, and it contributes one sixth of the export earnings. Okay, this is also one of the most important factor which we can see in the recent past. Then huge biodiversity, so 46,000 species of plants and 86,000 species of animals, largest producer in the world of pulses, tea and milk. The India has recorded these are the so facts which are available. India was largest exporter of rice and gum, and second largest exporter of cotton and beef. Second largest producer of fruits and vegetables, wheat, rice, groundnut and sugarcane, and our major imports are edible oils and pulses. Okay, so these are the some of the major facts so which we can see in the recent past data reveals that where the India stands. So agriculture productivity, how the per hectare, per kilograms, so how it is, it has grown from 71 to 2011. We can see that almost so 100% it has grown up. So in rice as well as wheat. So and pulses it has not grown that much. Oil seeds has grown more than so two times. Then sugar cane also not that much developed. Then tea and cotton also, now cotton has developed again so four times, so the tea has not grown much. So these are the so brief figures about so how the overall growth has taken place for the last 60 to 70 years of our independence in Indian agriculture. Okay, so what is the different type of crops, so where they are being cultivating, how much area the cultivation of so the different crops which are taking place in India also I have given the figures. So and strong regional variations are also there in yield levels, if we can see that. So India is having so different type of agroclimatic zones and regions also. Broadly you can say that northeast, west and south, so and northeastern like that, so central, we have so different type of regions, regional differences also there, as you all know very well. So because it depends on the soil fertility, So the agriculture yield depends on soil fertility and availability of water. So these two important factors which can influence the basic yield levels of any type of crop. So that is what, so you also know very well. So accordingly, so in your places also how these things are taking place, that we can see. So basically in Indian agriculture, the present scenario point of view, the SWOT analysis will try to explain these are the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. If we can see that we have rich biodiversity, arable land is also very high, climate is also one of the basic factor, which can influence the Indian agriculture situation like anything. Because whatever you may say, whether irrigation facilities are there or not, so the climatic conditions are very much influencing the Indian agriculture. Not only Indian agriculture, anywhere the agriculture conditions so will be influenced by the climatic conditions apart from other factors. The strong and well dispersed research and extension system is already so taking place in India. The opportunities point of view, we can see that bridgeable yield crops. So then there are so in the recent past I have already mentioned earlier, there are exports also we are taking place. Agro based industries are also growing in a huge manner. Horticulture is also contributing like anything. Then untapped potential in the northeastern part of India, so which is so still we have to so tap that type of potential, because there 100% utilization of available land, so which are not able to utilize it for the agriculture purpose. Then weaknesses, if we can see that, because this is one of the basic drawback of India, fragmentation of land. Because so the land is being so distributed, so whenever there so children are growing, so that is one of the basic so drawback of India. Because of that reason, at present only 0.32 hectares of land holding is the average size of the agriculture land is taking place. So it has started from so 2 point something hectares to now it has nowadays it is 0.32 hectares. Then by 2050 or so we can say that it is going to be 0.18 hectares of land. Like that, the fragmentation of land holdings are going to take place. This is one of the, so because day by day the small holders percentage is likely to grow. Already we can see that, so almost around 75 to 80% of marginal and small landholders are existing in India. That is what so our data reveals that. Then unsustainable water management is one of the basic lacuna, because this is one of the weakness which we have. And poor infrastructure, low value addition, because so these are all the problems, so weaknesses which the Indian agriculture is facing. Then apart from that, there are threats. Unsustainable resource use, because all the resources which are available, what 1 year we may use effectively, and the next year it may not be useful that much, because unsustainable, because rains are there or rains are not there, or climatic conditions are favorable or climatic conditions are not favorable. So then these two things so will change the entire resource use efficiency, especially in the agriculture point of view. In that way, the unsustainable regional development will coincide it. Then during that time, imports so which we have to so do, but fortunately so we are not in a position to, so nowadays we are managing some type of stocks. The stocks can be available for another 1 or 2 more years, like that. So our government is taking so good efforts, so in the in case of maintaining the so levels of agriculture products. Then small and shrinking holding size, that I have already told you. So this is 10 11, but recently I have told you that it is 0.32 hectares. So it is so 2021 statistics reveals. Then climate variability is at a high risk. So these are the basic situation of Indian agriculture over a period of time. Okay, is it clear? Hello.
Yes, it's very clear,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. So now you can see how the contribution is taking place over a period of time. Then total calorie requirement will go up from 2,495 to 3,000 calories. Then food grain production would need to increase by 5,005 million tons annually, because by 2050, so we are giving just some type of projections. Though we are so self-sustaining at present, but the population, India's population will be 1.7 billion, so by 2050. So this is going to be one of the, so the entire world's number one country in the population by 2050. That is what, so we are all claiming nowadays. So by at that rate the population is growing. So then we have to see that how much so production of these agriculture products can able to substantiate or so feed that type of growing population. That is also one of the, so the demand oriented factor which we can see. So currently 52% of our population is involved in agriculture, yet it contributes just 13.7% to India's GDP. When demand for high value food commodities will go up by greater than 100% due to migration of people into cities, increased wealth, shift towards diets rich in protein. These are the factors which we can see, so in the coming another 30 years. Growing the resource constraints, because so as we all know very well, this is one of the greatest debate, so which is likely to emerge. So it has already emerged, because the fertilizer and pesticides component, whenever they have started utilizing in the agriculture, so then, so at one level, up to one level, so this these fertilizers and pesticides will give positive and good results. So after some time, so then the heavy fertilizer usage and heavy pesticides utilization will give the, so negative results. So that has already started in one of our state like Punjab. Okay, Punjab and Haryana were our so agriculturally rich states, but so in the recent data which shows it has started some type of reverse trend. So because of the heavy fertilizers and heavy pesticides have already been utilized, the soil fertility levels so has almost dried up, and so because of that reason, so the people have to diversify so to some other crops. And so these are the situations which are arising over a period of time. So that is what we can say. Much of India's total arable area already in use. Most remaining land has serious soil and terrain constraints. So this is what, so which we can say, especially. So well, at the international level you can see, so we are facing, as compared with China and India, Indonesia, India is so we're facing such type of so a problem. And arable land, though it is very high as compared to China and Indonesia, so most of populous countries have least room to expand. But so India is also closing the such type of opportunities. Then there is also the problem of decreasing size of land holding. This I have already told you. This is what I have told you, that by 2020, so it is 0.68 hectares. By 2030, it may be 0.32 hectares. So that is the, so size of land holding which is likely to emerge. So these are the 86% growers I have already told you, and they are cultivating so 44% of the land, and 50% they are contributing in the farm output level. So the land holding has declined from 2.30 hectares in the 70s to, so now in upcoming future by 2030 it will be 0.32 hectares of land. That means so the size of land holding which is not going to be so useful for any type of mechanization process, that is what I mean to highlight. And without having mechanization, then there is no such type of growth so of the production which they are going to achieve. So that is what, so the day by day, so what is going to happen in the agriculture production, that is also at a stake. So this is what, so which we have to remember and try. We are suggesting different ways, though the Indian government is suggesting cooperative farming, contract farming, like that they are so trying to so pull up such type of land holdings, small land holdings into so sizable land holdings which can cultivate so through mechanization process and through so yield good results. So that is what they are trying in some states, but in majority of the states, as you all know very well, after the land reforms, so we have so such type of fragmentation, still it keep on goes on increasing. So that is why so these type of problems are going to continue so in coming future also. That is why so in the recent past, so our people are so looking about the different type of diversification of agriculture, so that I will explain in the coming slides. The degradation of the production environment is due to because of so the pollution and so the irrigation processes, so irrigation system is also being collapsed, misutilization of irrigation facilities, and the climatic conditions are also adversely been influencing so to the towards the so nation as a whole. Soil erosion has degraded so itna million hectares of land in India. So and soil salinity and water lagging is also facing, water table and water quality is also deteriorating, and the green revolution belt exhibiting problems owing to over exploiting and mismanagement of soil and water resources. That is what I have already told you. Okay, so friends, so these are the, this is the production environment so which is taking place so in India in different ways. So am I clear to you? Hello. Yeah, and yeah, yeah. Yes, the resource constraints. So there are from water point of view also. So the largest user of water, more than 40% lost to inefficient practices. Nearly 50% agriculture land is rain fed. Still, though we have good number of irrigation sources, but we have so more than 50% of agriculture land is rain fed, so that depends on only rain. So rains so it depends upon the so the climatic conditions, so how the climate is favorable to the farmers are the so rains, so which will determine the nature of crops which they are going to grow and what type of yield levels it is going to take place. So these are all not so the one factor which is depending on, there are several other factors, so they are likely to so influence the overall agriculture production and the yield levels. So if we can see that farming uses 70% of the world's fresh water, then growing food for one person takes about 2000 liters of water a day. So this is what the international level calculation of the water so is being utilized for the rice. That is why so wherever the rice is not that much available, so there we are suggesting there, so our agriculture system and our agriculture research is suggesting that you can diversify the less water so crops, those who are so in a position to grow in that area, so please diversify into such type of crops and so try to substantiate the overall level of agriculture production. And another constraint is the labor. Okay, land, water, labor. These are the three major constraints of the agriculture contribution. Okay, land, we have seen how the fragmentation of land is taking place. Water also, we have seen day by day how the groundwater level, as well as the so natural rivers, so are the perennial rivers which they are contributing the irrigation facilities, that also how they are being affected and how they are deteriorating over a period of time. And these are all we have seen. Now the third factor which we can see, which is going to be very much useful in the agriculture process, apart from that, we can see that the labor so is going away from the agriculture. Farm demographics, we can see that aging population and migration to cities influence the labor availability. Okay. Then high-tech machines, complex production processes, and strict production regulations require the skilled labor nowadays. So in everywhere, from plantation to up to thrashing of the agriculture crops, the machineries have been so introduced. So due to that reason, so the labor displacement technology has emerged because of labor shortage, and the cost of labor has also gone up. Because of that reason, the farmer is facing so good number of problems. So that is why he want to try to avoid such type of problems. So the mechanization process has been implementing, and so day by day, so it is being spreaded from plantation to up to thrashing of the agriculture. So this is what, these are the so major constraints which we can see. Then the another dimension which we can see, the globalization, as you all know very well. So the globalization impact is also on Indian agriculture, so which is very much so taking place. Agriculture showed low growth and experienced more farmer suicides due to fake and terminal seeds, low prices, and inadequate agricultural policies. So because as you all know very well, during 1990s onwards, so the India has adopted this LPG, so liberalization, privatization, and the globalization process. So we have adopted, so since 1990s onwards, though it came in 80s, 70s to 80s, but in India, so we have started implementing in 1990s onwards. So our economy has opened up, and this LPG process has started implementing. Though our economy size has gone up so since 1990s onwards, but so there are several types of problems so which has also started emerging, so from so globalization onwards. So that is what, so we can see the commodity sector growth has not been higher in the post reform period as compared to that of 80s. Particular worry is agriculture sector, which showed lower than 4% per annum target in the last plans, because so including 12th plan period also, because that was the last plan which so our government has coined the name of 12th plan. After that, the planning process has almost wiped off, and so nowadays, so we are depending upon so 3-year plans or 7-year plans, are the 15 years so perspective plans. So like that, so our government is so doing about it for the last, so almost nowadays we can say that we are going to reach 75 years of our independence. So with that, what we have achieved, so these are all the things which I have explained. So mainly food grains in the first phase of reform, but growth during this period sustained due to rise growth rate of commercial crops such as horticulture and oil seeds, cotton and allied sectors like livestock, etc. But after globalization, agriculture as a whole declined drastically, while non-agriculture sector is growing fast. This poor performance of agriculture, particularly food grains, has become a serious concern for the policymakers, as there is a chance of facing the problem of food security. So these are the issues so which we can see. Then cost of cultivation, then farmer suicides. So these are all so growing up. Then there are some issues and causes for Indian agriculture crisis. The long-term growth trend in production and productivity of agriculture considerably less than required to sustain the high overall growth rates in the coming decade. Secondly, the growing economic and social disparities between agriculture and the rest of the economy and between rural and urban sectors. Okay, then shifting in cropping pattern, increasing landlessness and inequality in land holdings. This is also I have already told you, because so wherever the problems so of the irrigation or the climatic conditions or the rain, so rains, these are the so influencing factors, the people can shift from so one type of crop to another type of crop. And increasing landlessness so is because in India so we have the distribution of lands through hereditary. Because of that reason the landlessness is growing day by day, and due to that inequality in land holdings is growing like anything. Declining productivity in agriculture and increasing marginalization of peasantry. So this is also one of the major factor which is shooting up, because per unit area productivity of Indian agriculture is much lower than other major crop producing countries. So this is one of the basic factor which is influencing this phenomenon. Then diminishing profitability of agriculture, because so as we can see that declining growth rate of agriculture in the early reform period from 3.66 to 1.2% per annum, slowdown of exports and increased uncertainty, then the reduction of input subsidies, decline in public investment in agriculture research and extension and irrigation, so and low level of income of small farmers, so and lack of easy and cheap loan to agriculture, small and fragmented land holdings, shortage of quality seeds, inadequate irrigation facilities, lack of mechanization, lack of sufficient number of regulated markets, inadequate storage facilities, inadequate transport, scarcity of capital, reduction in food crops, unemployment in the agriculture sector, and farmer suicides. These are the major issues so of the Indian agriculture. So from beginning to so till today, if we can observe, so the overall Indian agriculture crisis. So and what are the challenges faced in agriculture is that these are the broad things which I have already explained to you: small and fragmented land holdings, manures, fertilizer and biocides, shortage of good quality seeds for poor peasants, problem of irrigation, lack of mechanization, soil erosion, agricultural marketing, inadequate storage facilities, inadequate transport, scarcity of capital. These are the agriculture challenges which have been facing so in Indian agriculture scenario. So as we can see that so these are almost all common in everywhere in majority of the countries. If we can see that so majority of the problems which we are facing in India, more or less same in other so African countries also. Okay, then remedial measures point of view, if we can see that it's a proactive and prompt responses. Okay, because it is mainly depending upon the rain fed, heavily relies on nature. That is why, so if the nature is so supporting, then it will yield good results. Excessive monsoons or extremely hot and dry weather, so these are the factors. Droughts have direct effect on the performance of the agriculture. While these risks can never be entirely eliminated, they can be reasonably addressed through proactive and prompt responses, because so these are all depending upon the nature. So that is why we are all of a sudden we may not it will never be so in a position to avoid or try to so eliminate these type of problems entirely. Nobody can eliminate these type of problems, what I am trying to say, especially in agriculture. Okay, so to some extent, if the things are becoming proactive, then the intensity of these problems so may likely to reduce. consolidation of holdings. That's what I have told you. So because this can if this can be happened, then contract farming is one of the basic method which can try to yield good results, so wherever it may be. So in so America, in Latin American countries, or Asia, or African countries, so this consolidation of holdings, so we can able to adopt use of manures and fertilizers, extending irrigation facilities, mechanization of agriculture, measures for soil erosion, regulated markets, scientific storage facilities. These are the remedial measures, so which we can try to so adopt to reduce the problems which we are facing in the agriculture sector. Hello, sir. Hello.
Okay. Oh, shit.
May I proceed, sir?
Ya taso daga tasha dai.
Hello.
Kuma zan fita bakin titi in tare shi.
Hello. 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 Am I audible?
Yes, yes,
Okay, okay.
yes,
Yes.
audible.
So, yes. So there are these are the remedial measures which we can follow to some extent to reduce the problems of agriculture. So in India we are following, and so in your countries also, if it is possible, then you can also adopt so these type of measures to reduce the problems of
Shi
the
yana cikin Kaduna.
agriculture to some extent. And so here, so our farmers are encouraged to use solar cold storage facilities, so especially in one of our state. So then approach roads, credit facilities, increase in investment and expenditure in agriculture sector by government, because this is one of the basic so lacuna which is taking place in India. Because in India the government investment in agriculture is day by day it is declining, so at a rapid rate. So that is not good for the so agriculture sector. But so it is happening. So how we have to so recover from that type of clutches, so that is what so we have to think about it. Then support price and revise the special economic zone policy.
Wani aikin akwai aikin da
Hello.
karewa suke. Yanzu ina da biyu yanzu aiki wanda ni amma dai ba za su yi wahala wannan ba. Zan wannan da kwamiti aiki ne amma dole ni ne sakare ni zan yi.
Pardon.
To yanzu
Hello.
to ina
Yeah,
cikin
friend.
aikin fa turo min wife ne ta turo min.
Is there
Ita ma wai an ce jiya Friday submitting ranar Alhamis kuma da dare. Wai
He also
ta turo min
unmute
wai
his mic.
submitting project ɗinta for external defense. Ina zaune wani aboki shi ma ya turo na shi wai menene din shi analysis. Shi kula shi ma ban ba da mara ne da shi ne banza da shi ko kula shi ban ba. To yanzu ne ma za mu
Mr. Mohammed, please
Hello.
mute your mic.
Mutanen ku to insha Allah.
Mhm.
A shi ai ba project zan mai ba. Duka shi analysis ne na shi. Ita kuma nata wannan ne. Wai ta riga ta yi ma har ta yi internal defense ne to wai sai ta yi preliminary pages to ta riga ma ta yi kuma da table of content din ne ba ta yi ba. To
Sir,
kuma
tell
akwai
him to
automatic
mute his mic.
That abin shine abin da ya dan ba mu wahala.
Hello.
Alhamdulillah. All through.
Okay, friends, please try to concentrate.
Wani abu na daban. Tara wani mun gama wannan da insha Allah.
Abba.
Ah.
And yeah,
Mun
please.
zan ga yadda suke. Suna
Hello.
nan manakin? A suna dusan. Zan je in gansu ai. Ai na yi misin su kwana biyu ba gansu.
You can continue, sir.
Okay, sir. Yeah, support price and revise the special economic zone policy and implementation of land reforms and crop insurance, etc. These are some of the remedial measures. So which we can implement. So in the agriculture
Never saying
sector,
back in our
so
life.
to develop the agriculture production
Most of the
overall,
sense
then
you are telling
revival of agriculture,
industry. Now you're not
subsidies, demand side issues like
saboda da
adequate
lokacin da
insurance,
yawa
blah,
direban
blah,
ya
blah,
zo
blah.
yana
Please.
missing muna missing contact da shi wallahi to ba na son ya maimaita haka. Kuma na yau ba ko ne ba shi bane ba motan ya ba wani taho da ita so sai na ya ce min shi ba ko ne to amma yanzu ya ce min gashi nan ya taso in ka bai ma san wurin ba sai wani sai wani ne ma ya nuna mai wannan a cikin motar ya ce mai gashi hanyar ta mu ce ma na kamar it's a busy way za a yi hanyar hold up ko ya ne banzan hanya haka ne yanzu 1140 kai hanya 12 ina 1240 140 240 340 440 yeah
Hello, hello. Is there a way you can mute every other person? It seems Mohammed is having a conversation separately and is distracting us a bit here. Is there a way we can mute everyone while a doctor can continue?
Yeah. Okay. Yes, so there are other remedial measures which I am trying to explain. The direct cash transfer system has been introduced in India and which is being effectively implemented. Then open markets. So
ya ina
the
zan je gida in yi bacci ni ta dusa ma bana iya bacci that's my other problem na ta dusa ma bana iya bacci that's my
to
major problem
avoid the middlemen, so the open market system has also brought out.
wallahi
Then special agriculture zones has
gara ba
started.
yanzu nake miki na dawo nan zan ci gaba da zan yi bacci amma dai a can dai bana iya bacci that's my problem
Then, so the artificial rainwater harvesting, which is also taking place. Then seed banks, so has also started
na dinga
going
fita
about
mana
it.
lokacin da kuka sai da bane
Oh.
ina kusa da wannan
Hello.
Air Force Barrack
Yeah. There are some type of challenges and goals which are in front of us to achieve 4% growth in agriculture and raise incomes of the farmers, ensuring that agriculture growth responds to food security needs and sustainability of agriculture by focusing on environmental concerns, raising agriculture productivity per unit of land, reducing rural poverty through a socially inclusive strategy that comprises both agriculture as well as non-farm employment. These are the challenges and goals which are still remain in Indian scenario. To fulfill these challenges and goals, the actions mainly required, according to my perception, the price policy has to be streamlined and the prices will be more so useful towards the farmers. Then investment in infrastructure and subsidies must continue. Land and water management, including land issues, inputs including agricultural credit and technology, domestic and international trade reforms, diversification, marketing, so etc. Then sharing growth is also important. So these are the institutional aspects so we have to follow up. So when we are challenging this type of goals, so and the targets, so in Indian agriculture. Okay, so the government policies, there are several. Okay, the future of agriculture in India and conclusion. So, what I'm trying to say is that the prospects of Indian agriculture are good. The agriculture sector in India is expected to generate better momentum in the next few years due to increased investments in agriculture infrastructure, such as irrigation facilities, warehousing, and cold storages. Factors such as reduced transaction costs and time, improved port gate management, and better fiscal incentives would contribute to the sector's growth. And also, the growing use of genetically modified crops will likely improve the yield for Indian farmers. Demand will grow fast, and we create the correct incentive and organization systems. Finally, we can say that agriculture can be ignored at our own peril. If we want inclusive growth, both central and state governments we have to focus on agriculture sector. Let us hope the government has the political will to implement the policies effectively and help the farmers without testing their patience. Because as you all know, Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, he is the father of our agriculture. So in his words, so in a country where 60% of people are depending on their livelihood, it is better to become an agriculture force based on food security rather than a nuclear force. So these are the things which I would like to share about the Indian agricultural development point of view. Okay. Mm. Okay, friends. So my presentation is over. Then so you can share your views. So is there any questions or any doubts? So please raise your hand and try to so ask the questions. Hello. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Doctor.
Yeah.
I asked a question on the chat. I don't know if it has been answered, but I was
Yeah.
considering due to climatic change and issue around land, just as it
Yes.
is in India, we also have that
Yeah.
trouble here in Nigeria. So, and there are
Yeah.
some technologies, there are some young tech guys that are going into hydroponics.
Yes.
Is this something that has been in consideration out there in India, or and how
So
is
in
it done over
India,
there?
so we are thinking about it, but so far we have not been in a position to adopt properly. Okay, so the technological changes which are very much trying to implement to prevent or to stop such type of problems, and because environment problems, so we are trying to resolve it in a another manner, because how to protect the environment conditions, so that is what we are working on it at present, because the latest technology has been coming up, and our technological people, they are trying to contribute towards a different type of technology. So still it has not been widely accepted, and so it is in only very small pockets of the places they are trying to experiment. Still it they are all in the experimental stages only. Okay, so otherwise we are bothering about this type of problems in majority of the places. Okay, so yes.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Yes, tell me, Emma, is there
Dr.
any?
Rao, just
Yeah.
I have just one question with regards to the use of chemical fertilizers, and now how
Yes.
you have got the transition period, and now
Yes.
I see that you are very successful in organic agriculture. Can you
Yes,
just explain this?
exactly,
Can
that
you
is what
just
I am going.
explain this transition?
Yeah, exactly. Because nowadays, we are very much prone to utilize the organic or natural farming methods. Okay, so the
Mhm.
cow dung, cow urine. So these with these two things, and we are trying to prepare some type of medicine to up to till the crop beginning to crop end. We want to utilize only these two types of products. So these two products naturally they are available. So through that, organic farming is taking place in majority of our Indian states. Okay, so we have to, because on the other hand, the government is having some type of fear that if everybody has to go to the organic farming, then the production levels may likely to go down, and the growing population may not able to meet the availability of the food grains. That is one of the major threat that our government is facing. That is why government point of view, they are not directly so suggesting or supporting the organic farming. But our so other social organizations, they are very much so rampantly canvassing this organic farming or the natural farming throughout India in different states. So majority of the people, though as a whole, if I can say that hardly it is 2 to 3% of land only being under the organic farming at the present statistics will say. But majority of the farmers, they are believing that so why we have to go for this fertilizer and pesticides, we have to go in an organic products, and so our health and the nutrition levels so will grow up while going for the so organic farming methods. Okay.
No, but it is it really successful, or it's just a myth?
Yes, no, it is really successful, because recently I have gone to that field level and I have contacted several farmers, and we are going to conduct very soon the organic farming conclave also in so Uttar Pradesh. So
Yeah.
that because there are several states, Subhash Palekar is one of the so person who has raised this type of cultivation from south to so different type of so south, north, and so east, west, so places. And apart from that, there are several other organizations, they have started recently so to follow this type of so organic farming methods. But as you rightly pointed out that so there is no myth in it, because so it is definitely, it is going to be useful as well as it is going to be healthy. Because if you go back to the rural areas, in some rural areas, the women are saying that yes, why we have to eat this poisonous food, the fertilizers and pesticides food, why we have to eat, and why we have to give this type of food to my husband or my children. So we don't want this type of so fertilizer and pesticides food. We want to go for so the natural farming, natural methods, so organic farming methods. These are the slogans it has started. But so it will take some time to grow this type of movement in such a manner, because India is so is a very big country, as you know very well. So
Yeah, yeah.
because so that is why so slowly in each and every state there are some pockets so of land so which is under cultivation of this organic farming. That's what the recent statistics and so recent data and recent debates so which are emerging so over a period of time for the last 6 or 7 years. So for the last 15 years it has started, but for the last 6 7 years the momentum has started picking up in majority of the places. That's what I can say.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Uh,
thank you.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Yeah,
With regards to this organic farming,
yeah,
there are some myths. Let me permit me to use the word of Mr. The small farmer. There are some
mm,
myths that we or mythology that we had that using planting on cow dung residues
yeah,
contribute to pests. Is it
yes,
true? That's one. And
yes,
secondly, are there
definitely.
insecticides
Practically I
or
have
herbicides that are
seen.
being used?
Yes, practically I have seen, because so cow dung and cow so urine, so these two will be mixed and they are preparing the so medicine. So it can be so it can be used in 15 days time. Every 15 days they will use so these the cow dung and cow urine. So they are preparing some type of so medicine. So and with that every 15 days they are doing some type of spray in so in their lands, because very small pockets of land only being cultivated under this cultivation. Because of that reason, so this cow dung and cow urine is being useful in some places. If the size of holding is big, then they are also adding the so apart from the cow, the buffalo so dung and buffalo urine also they are so utilizing, because cow dung is so producing so more good number of use antibacterials. okay, as compared to the buffalo dung and buffalo urine. That's why, so if suppose minimum one part, so the cow dung and cow urine is being mixed with the 2 times of the buffalo dung and buffalo urine. With that, they are preparing some type of medicine and they are spraying so throughout their land minimum, so within a gap of 15 days to 30 days time. So with that, they are controlling pests and the so diseases, whatever the small diseases which are taking place in their so agriculture crops. Because kitchen garden, so they are also preparing the, because of all the vegetables they are growing with organically. So apart from the rice and wheat, okay, apart from the other food grains, so the vegetables also they are growing with this, and so slowly in small pockets of each and every village, maximum number of villages, so in some part or the other of our states, they are doing such type of cultivation. Very recently we have visited so 2 to 3 places also, okay. So it is not a myth, so it is really in a position to they are cultivating so this type of practices.
Thank you very
Yes,
much, Doctor.
yes, okay. So anything else, so our friends so would like to ask? And as you all know very well, so these are the, so there are some type of assignments related to this. There are some so homework which you people have to do it
Yes,
based
yes,
on
yes.
these
We are working
lectures.
on it.
Yes, so you can so interact or you can contact us so at any moment if you have any such type of doubts or any queries. Okay, we are ready to so resolve the such type of issues and problems.
Thank
Okay,
you.
yeah. So anything else so you would like to ask me? So I'm ready. Yes, sir. Mhm. So if anything is there, shall we close?
Yes, I think so.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
thank you, sir. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Okay.
Doctor.
Yeah. Thank you. Mm. Hello.
एक मिनट जोश जी।
Sir.
हाँ सर, जी सर।
बस सर, so हो गया क्वेश्चंस भी.
जी जी,
Okay.
ठीक है सर।
So shall we close it? Hmm.
हाँ सर, मैं एक बार जगदम्बा सर से पूछ लेता हूँ फिर।
हाँ सर, सर पूछ लीजिए.
ठीक है सर, ठीक
Mhm.
है। एक मिनट जोश जी।
Yeah.